Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Ruffalo Reads. My name is Kelsey and I'm excited to have you here. I am doing my September wrap up today, so going through all the books I read in the month of September. We'll go over them probably from least favorite to favorite. I liked how I did that last time. I just think that it kind of is fun to lead up to like your favorite. Also, yes, we're here in front of the bats. Second video in a row. I just figured it was like fitting for the spooky season. I love these freaking wall bats. I see them everywhere. It's so funny. I feel like they've totally blown up and I love it. So anyways, let's get into all the books I read in the month of September. First of all, I figured we could do the little stats thing. So I read a total of 14 books in the month of September. Like, go me, I'm on a freaking roll. I feel like I have to cram all these books in though because of my Goodreads goal. Like, it's stressing me a little, but it's fine. Actually, at the beginning of the month, I read a Frida McFadden book, and I'm sure a lot of you follow me for romance. I feel like I've been saying this a lot lately, and I love reading romance, and that is a majority of what I read, but the other majority is mystery thrillers. So I started this month, or last month now, with a Frida McFadden book. I had never tried her. Of course I'd heard of her, which is why I tried her. I saw her on my Hoopla, so I was like, okay, cool. Let's give this one a try. Like, did I read it and think she was like the best writer or anything like that? And did I give the first one the super highest of ratings? No, but I was hooked. I was addicted. I was instantly drawn in and excited. I flew through the books. I read one each day for the first 3 or 4 days. Yeah, the first 4 days of the month, I read a Frida McFadden book each day. So that's how addicting and just quick her books are, which I appreciate as somebody who does book content and who has a book goal that they're trying to reach. Like, it's nice. It's still a full-length novel, but like her pacing is just like on point. So anyways, without further rambling, I read so a new to me author. How many new to me authors I read? I read 4 new to me authors. So that's pretty awesome. Good for me. But okay, so there was 14 books total. There was 2 2-star books, which is kind of sad. 2 2.75 star books, 1 3-star, 2 3.5 stars, 1 3.75, 1 4-star, 1 4.25 stars. I've been very specific with my ratings lately, and it's so funny because I was watching Kayla from Books and Lala the other day, and she was saying the same thing, and I'm like, girl, we are on that wavelength of like weirdly specific ratings. I don't know what it is, but I've just been like on it with that lately. And then there was 2 5-stars. So a super mixed month. However, like super fun month. And honestly, I did not read a lot of romance this month at all. And the ones that I did, I either really loved or didn't care about at all. So I talked about that a little bit in my TBR because I don't know what it is. Like, I want to obviously be reading romances, but like the ones that I've been reading lately, I have not been loving, other than one. Well, I guess 2. Anyways, let's get into it. So, worst book of the month feels a little harsh. So, Everyone Here is Lying by Sherry Lapina. I've read Sherry, I don't actually know if it's Sherry Lapina or Sherry Lapina, but I have read several of her books and liked several of her books, disliked I think maybe 1, maybe 2. This one is one that I disliked. I think that it was so boring, it was so predictable. Yeah, I mean, there was nothing like new or original about it. There was nothing that really gripped you and made you like super excited to find out what was going on. So yeah, that one was super disappointing. The next one that I gave 2, okay, it's probably gonna upset some people, but it's not because I didn't like it, okay, which is weird to say because I gave it 2 stars. I didn't fully get it. And that is A Court of Thorn and Roses. So please don't come for me. I did read the second one, so I'm just gonna say that now, and I liked it a lot, okay? I listened to the audiobook, and maybe that's why, I don't know. But I'm very new to fantasies, and I just felt lost a lot of the time. Like, I understand it's Feyre, and then in this one, it seemed like Rhysand was bad and Tamlin was good, but then she was being kind of held captured by Tamlin almost. And so, yeah, and she, in the beginning, she like killed a member of the Night Court, if that's right. And it upset Tamlin. It upset somebody over there in where the fantastical people live. There's like the fantastical people live somewhere and the humans live somewhere. And the fantastical people were mad and they came to seek revenge, an eye for an eye kind of thing, and kill Feyre, essentially. But she's like, I'm hunting for my family. Like, I don't know. I thought he was gonna kill me. And so they're like, well, and this is kind of, I guess, supposed to be based off like Beauty and the Beast. So they're like, okay, well, we're gonna take you in with us then, and you're gonna be like our prisoner. Because her dad is like basically on his deathbed and he's like no help at all. Feyre has been basically feeding her whole family, like her dad and her two sisters, with her hunting. They don't really seem to do much, the other ones. So anyways, she gets captured. That's like the beginning of the book, and then it's just confusing. It's just either confusing or they're like going through the motions, and I don't know. I just didn't like totally get it. Like, obviously, I'm sure some of you watching are like, really? I could tell you like point by plot point what happened. And maybe I do need to read it physically, but do I really want to? No. And I'm fine with it. I am still intrigued to read more fantasies. If you watched my October TBR, I go through like, you know, what I want to read for that. And, you know, I enjoyed it well enough, but I just didn't connect with it and didn't think that it was like the best book ever. Also, I've heard that it's like super spicy, and there was like no spice. Unless I like blanked out. I don't remember like any spice. Maybe there was just so much that I've been reading lately that like this one just didn't feel like anything. I don't know. But anyways, that one was 2 stars, but it's okay. Then we'll go to our 2.75. So, oh my gosh, this one really upset me, okay? I love Parallel by Elizabeth O'Rourke, okay? I freaking loved that book. I read it 2 years ago. It was like one of those kind of time travel-y romances where it's like, it's kind of hard to grasp, but it's like this epic love story between Nick and, anyways, I can't think of her name right now, but Nick and whoever, and like they are meant to be, right? And they find each other in whatever timeline that they're in, and you know, basically she can essentially time travel, but she doesn't like know it. And in the first book, she's engaged to this person, and then she sees Nick at the hospital, and it's like everything comes rushing back kind of, and she's like, I can't go through with my marriage. I'm like obsessed and in love with you. I dream about you every night. This book, Intersect, the pacing was so bad. So bad. 80% of it was so boring, so redundant, the same shit over and over and over, talking about how epic their love is, how they can't, you know, be physical because, you know, in their knowledge, if they have a third person in the bloodline who can have the ability to time travel, you know, bad things will happen and somebody will die, and it was just very disappointing. And I love Elizabeth O'Rourke. She's one of my favorite authors, so it pains me to say, but I just really, really did not like this one. I'm kind of surprised I gave it a 2.75, but I think that's just because I love the characters so much, and like obviously they get their HEA in this one, not the first one, so conflicting. But I think that it probably could have been edited down into one book, you know, and I don't know, it just didn't seem necessary. Like most of the second book could have done without it, honestly. So that was that one. My other 2.75 was a Frida McFadden, which was The Locked Door. This was my least favorite Frida McFadden one that I had read, obviously. Yeah, it was fine. It was just a fast-paced mystery thriller. I think that this was the one that was most just predictable. Is this the one that's like, no, that's the other one. I don't even know what this one was like. Honestly, I like sped through her book so fast. I could like go look up the synopsis, but like it doesn't really matter. I gave it 2.75 stars. It wasn't my favorite. I think if you're gonna read Frida McFadden, I would probably skip this one. It's definitely forgettable. Okay, next is a 3-star, and this one also made me very sad. It's the 3rd book in the Love Light Farm series by B.K. Borison, and I'm pretty sure I gave the first 2 5 stars, maybe 4.5 or 4, but anyways, Love Light Farms was amazing. If you're looking for an actually good Christmas romance, Love Light Farms is perfection. It's kind of got Gilmore Girls vibes, honestly, with like this small town. There's a town phone, isn't there? And it's like all these different people work on this this farm, which at the time of the Love Light Farms book, obviously they're doing Christmas trees and everything. So this book that I read is Mixed Signals, and this is where I began to question if I like wasn't in the mood or if this book just wasn't the same vibes as the other ones or what. But I love B.K. Borison's writing. Her characters are all very kind of sophisticated, mature, they communicate and everything, and this one just felt so bland, and I did not buy the chemistry, and I just like didn't love it. Like, I don't know. I didn't hate it. I gave it 3 stars. Obviously I wouldn't start with it. I would never be like, oh yeah, read this one. I would definitely say read In the Weeds. That was perfection. That's the second one. But yeah, I don't know. This one wasn't for me. Okay, then we have a 3.5 stars. So, okay, this is, I keep saying this is gonna make me sad, but the first 2 in this series by Katarina Mora, which I actually don't remember the name of this series. But the first 2 I really loved. The third one I did not like, and this one I did not really like either. I gave it 3.5 stars. It's Bittersweet Memories, and this is also when I was like, am I just not in the mood for romances right now, or are they actually not good to me, in my opinion? Because this is like the one that everybody loves, and I'm over here like, I don't know, I don't really care. And I don't know, I just felt like the sex scenes were way too much to the point of being ridiculous, and I just felt like the hero just acted a little forced, and I don't know, they kept saying bittersweet, bittersweet, they kept saying bittersweet memory, like they kept just hammering home, like it was redundant, and it was like too on the nose, too in your face. I don't know. If you love this one, I'm so happy. I wish that maybe I read it at a different time and maybe I would feel differently. I don't really know what it was, but there was that one. So that series I think is completed. Now I can start another one of her series whenever I'm ready. Then, okay, then we're gonna go to our 3.75, which is another Frida McFadden, which is Never Lie. This was the first one I read by her actually, and so 3.75. It was pretty dang good. I was like, okay, let's go. This is so fun. Like I could not stop reading it. I had it on my Kindle and audio, and I was loving it because I had it on my Hoopla on free audio, and then I had it on Kindle for free. So I was like, okay, cool. And so fun. Her books are just so fun. By the way, I'm sorry I'm not giving like all kinds of synopses. I feel like I have too many books for me to like sit there and go through like all the synopses of it. Like this one, it was a fast-paced mystery thriller. Like, I feel like that's enough. I don't want to go through with like, it, you know, it was this and this and all the plot points, because then it's like, okay, you just look at a Goodreads review or like an Instagram post or the book synopsis and see it. And then also this video would just be like so long and I'm just rambling on about like every single book's details. I don't know. Let me know if you prefer that, or if you prefer to just know like what I read, the rating, how I felt about it overall, or if you want like plot points, because I could do that. I just think that like to me maybe seems like boring. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. Next up we have a 4-star, which is The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I could have sworn I owned this, but apparently I don't. So I was dead set on reading this because I saw Tori from Live a Novel Life. She was loving this. And I believe Jess also from Peace Love Books, and just literally everybody too. Like I've seen a bunch of people read this and really like it. And this also had like a time traveling aspect, a fantastical element, and I loved it. I gave it 4 stars, which is really good. So this was like one of my highest rated romances of the month. One of the only ones. And it intrigued me to try The Dead Romantics, which of course blew up last year, I'm aware. So I do want to absolutely read that. This is obviously like the perfect time to read it too, of course. So I should probably get on that. It should probably be on my October TBR, but regardless, yeah, I just really, really liked this one. It deals with like a woman who is really close with her aunt. Her aunt passes away. She goes to stay in her aunt's apartment because her aunt kind of left it to her, right? And when she gets there, there's this guy there, and it turns out that he, like in this apartment, it's like a time warp type thing, like you slip into 7 years in the past or something like that, or I don't know if it goes past and future, but anyways, she sees him there and they like, you know, they're like, this is super weird, like, and then she starts to notice different things are happening, like as far as the furniture and things. Like she's like, well, I know my aunt got rid of this like 3 years ago, so how is this here? And it's cute. The romance was beautiful. The chemistry, you could really tell they had chemistry, so that was nice. The banter was fun. The writing was just delightful. And I would recommend this if you like kind of those elements, fantastical elements, if you like the time travel thing, and if you like really sweet writing. And this isn't too like overtly sexy. There's not a bunch of sex scenes, so that's kind of nice. you know, a little breather. The other 4-star is a Frida McFadden, and it is The Wife Upstairs, and this book is very much Verity vibes. I said in my review Verity in another book, and right now for the life of me I cannot think of what it is. A guy hires somebody to help take care of his wife because his wife is like incapacitated or whatever due to her health. I don't even think she can like move. But anyways, twists and turns. It's super fast paced. It's super fun. And this one, so Verity went in one direction and this one went in another, and this is so much more fun. In my opinion, the direction that it went was perfect. I was so happy with it. I was like, thank you for not going in what you could have done. Like, I appreciate what you did. And yeah, I had such a fun time. Now we'll go to 4.25, which is another Frida McFadden. I'm so sorry. There's a lot of Frida McFaddens on here. And like, sorry, it's The Inmate by Frida McFadden. Oh, so fun. Other than The Housemaid, if I could recommend a Frida McFadden, it would definitely be The Inmate. It was super fun and fast-paced, and that's all I can say. Super fun, fast-paced. If you're new to mystery thrillers, try Frida McFadden. If you want a super fast-paced book, read Frida McFadden. I mean, I don't know what more I can say. I'm not gonna go through the whole plots. You can look that up. The Inmate, 4.25, maybe 4.5. I don't know why I was being so specific, but yeah, that's definitely in my mind. All right, next we are on to, do I have any 4.5s? Oh, I have a 4.75. I don't know why. Next is one that I saw from Khadijah on Instagram. So if you're not following her, go follow her. I love her Instagram. And so she posted this, I think it was on her stories for sure because I responded, and I can't remember if it was like a wrap up, like little pictures or what it was, but I was like, is that a thriller? Because I don't know, to me, I just see romances. So I was like, is that a thriller? And she's like, yeah, it's a mystery thriller. It's really fun. And so I was like, bet. Checked my Hoopla. It was on there. I'm like reading that now. It's Phantom Limb. Oh, it's so fun. What did I rate this? Oh yeah, 4.75. Why didn't I rate it 5? I think I know why I didn't rate it 5, but anyways, it has a lot of different trigger warnings, but yeah. Okay, so I kind of summarized my feelings on this on my Goodreads review of it like perfectly. So I always have, by the way, my Instagram and my Goodreads linked down below. So if you're not following me, you can go follow me there. It's my little ghosty mind. I don't always put my reviews on each book immediately. I kind of like type them out and then put them at a certain point. I don't know. But for this one, basically it's about these two sisters whose actually they're twins, if I'm not mistaken, and their mother was an abusive alcoholic who would literally leave them home in their crib for days and then come home and like scream at them if they would cry or want to get out or anything. And she was always harsher with the one, and she would also like send them off. So it got to a point where she would send them off. She would bring men and send them into rooms with them to get money. There's no on-page R-word scenes. Literally, if there was, I couldn't do it. Like that, for me, that's one trigger warning for me, where I have read books that have it. Of course, I hate it. I can't stomach it, and if it's up to me, I won't. So there's none. It's mentioned, it's hinted, it's known, you know, but you don't have to fucking read it. Okay, so thank God. But anyways, there's that. So obviously super traumatic childhood. So we're older, right? We're adults now. The one twin dies or is found murdered or committed suicide or something. Okay, so my battery just died. I can't remember where I was, but basically, yeah, there's no on-page scenes, and the reason that I gave it 4.75 and not 5 is because there was a shocking, huge twist that I didn't find did anything to the story. Like, could have lived without it, honestly. Like, it didn't make... All right, so yeah. And then let's get on to the 5-star reads. One of them was A Court of Mist and Fury. So, see, I love the second one way more. I loved Rhysand and Feyre's, like, connection and their whole dynamic in this, and maybe that changes as the books go on. I'm not sure. I've only read these two, so don't come for me if he's really bad. In this one, he was bad, but he was really fun and sweet, and I liked it. I'm not, you guys know what that's about. Then the last book that I'll talk about is The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. This book, if you saw my Goodreads review, is literal perfection, and if you don't think that, then like, I don't know. Like, it's literally so fun to the point where I don't get it if you don't like it. Unless, like, you aren't, like, a mystery thriller girl or you don't love, I don't know. Like, it's just literally so fun. It's so dramatic. It's so toxic. It's so... like, you can't peel your eyes away. I literally could not stop reading this. I cannot wait to read the second one. There's now a third one that's coming out. It's like, I want to watch this movie, and I really hope that it's good. Like, I hope they have good actors and that it's so good and so, like, it's like domestic relationship drama. There's a kid involved. The twists are so fun because it's, I don't know, you can kind of maybe sense that it's what's gonna happen, maybe, but, like, I don't know, the lead up, I'm never sitting there reading a thriller like, I wonder what the twist will be. I'm never doing that. I'm just reading. I'm just going along for the ride. I know there are people who do read like that, so maybe that would hinder your enjoyment if you're, like, wondering, like, I wonder, you know. This book was so good. I loved it. I loved it so much. 5 stars. And, you know, that's probably, I don't know. No, I loved it. It was 5 stars. I think that if you have so much fun reading a book, you should rate it highly. Like, it doesn't have to be written the best or be the most lyrical or win awards or something. Like, if you have a lot of fun reading it and, you know, there are flaws, but you can, if they don't matter to you, then rate it high. So yeah, this book was 5 stars. And those are all the 14 books, go me, that I read in the month of September. So I hope you like this video and come back for my October wrap up, and I'm planning to do maybe a little fantasy vlog, hopefully. And yeah, I will see you guys soon in another video. You can like and comment or subscribe if you want, and also, like, follow me on Instagram and Goodreads if you want to see any reviews or different things, plans, blah blah blah. So